I spent 8 years as a creative director in advertising, then quit my toxic corporate job to start a business that spreads joy. But I am really excited to answer all of your questions about creativity. I'm doing a new Ask Me Anything series where I'm focused on helping creative people build their V1. This is the lead up to launching my new group coaching program. It's called Creative Reset. But we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Let's dive into today's question. What's one piece of advice you wish you had when you started your creative journey? These are the three biggest things I wish I knew when I committed to being a creative professional. Hearing these will help you set yourself up for greater success. And my hope is that these answers will give you the inspiration to build your V1 of your big idea. Number one, everyone is making it up as they go. Now, this is the thing. People use past experiences to make decisions, but if they don't have past experience in that area, they are literally just flying by the seat of their pants and doing whatever they can to make it seem like they know what they're talking about. Your boss is making it up. Your boss's boss is making it up. Your boss's boss's boss is probably making it up. This should be empowering because if you are like me, I kind of have always struggled with a little bit of self-doubt. I know that I'm talented. I know that I'm capable. I know that I'm smart. But oftentimes I would get into these situations where I was like, they always seem to have it together. They always seem to know what they're talking about. But then I realized everyone is just making it up as they go. If they can make it up as they go, so can I, because I am smart, talented, and capable. So are you. When problems pop up, you have the capacity to solve those problems because problems pop up for everyone all the time and they solve them to the best of their ability. That happens in your personal life, but that also happens at work. And you can translate those skills into the things that you want to accomplish in your career. I'll give you an example. When I first got my job as a creative director in advertising, I was working at a smallish social media first agency. On my first week of work, both of my copywriters are out of the office. And some context is necessary. I started as a graphic designer and worked my way up to creative director in advertising, but I always saw myself as a visual focused creative director. So it's literally my very first week of working, and I'm responsible for doing all of the copywriting for 12 different clients, all of their social content, a couple of long form pieces for blogs, and a couple of video scripts. There is no one else there that can help me do these tasks because the two copywriters are out of the office. And so very rapidly, I had to find my confidence. This happens to me all the time where the universe or God, they encourage me to face my fears directly so I have the capacity to help other people. And so I'm there like, what am I going to do? And you know what I did? I sat down and I wrote the copy. Like, that's it. I had experience writing copy. I had started a magazine about the city of New Orleans called Invade Nola, and I had been writing that for years and years and years. But for some reason, I didn't want to translate the experience that I had previously into my professional career. Well, that was a mistake, right? I was talented at writing, but I needed to get over this fear and honestly learn to trust my gut. Everyone is making it up as they go, and you have the capacity to make your ideas real. You just have to believe in yourself. And when I tell you I am ministering to myself just as much as I am ministering to you, when I say that you are powerful, you are capable, you are smart, and everyone is making it up as they go. So you should do the same. Put yourself out there, do the work, and make it happen. So I end up making it through this 1 week of being the solo copywriter for the company, and it went smoothly. It didn't break my confidence. Instead, it showed me that I had the capacity to both create the content, but also to respond to the feedback. And so it shifted the way that I thought about myself. Number two, the easiest way to be seen as a professional is to dress the part. I tend to believe this is true because what we wear is a reflection of how we see ourselves. I grew up as a classic nerd. I loved my Jinko jeans. I didn't have official Jinko jeans. I had knockoff Jinko jeans as a high schooler. I love my little button-up shirts with dragons. It had a dragon here and a dragon here. Unleash the dragon. Something shifted though when I jumped into my professional career. All of a sudden, I noticed that the people that were on the junior level dressed a certain way. It was kind of always the same: t-shirts and jeans, sometimes shorts. But I started to look at the people that were in mid-level management, like junior creative directors and the creative directors, and I noticed they're always wearing button-up shirts. If they're wearing button-up shirts and I want to be a creative director, I should start wearing button-up shirts. It took me about a year and a half before I figured this out. But once I figured it out, I started to dress the part of the role that I wanted. People treat you differently when you dress the part. When I started doing speaking engagements, I wanted to decide, how do I want people to perceive me based on the clothing that I wear? And what ended up working really well for me was I bought a whole bunch of poplin white button up shirts, dark jeans, and some brown moccasin loafers. No matter what situation I was in, I always felt comfortable. I always felt confident and ready to kind of get on stage and perform because I was dressed the part of a professional speaker in my mind. And I know that I just listed off a very specific thing to wear, and I'm not telling you that you need to wear that thing exactly. What you're responsible for, and excuse my language, is defining your bad bitch outfit. You need an outfit that makes you feel confident, that makes you feel like you are the baddest bee in the world. Because when you have that outfit, you trust yourself. All of a sudden, you can present your information in a way that is concise, meaningful, and clear. You'll have to figure out what that outfit is for you. But I will say this: it's probably not jeans and a t shirt. It's usually something special that shows off your unique personality, that allows you to feel like the most confident version of yourself. Buy that outfit and wear it when you need to feel that way. And I would go so far as to say, if you can build a variety of those outfits and continuously wear those, you will start to elevate your life and change your career because you are being this kind of authentic, most fly version of yourself. And the most fly version of yourself is the one that is willing to take risks and go out there and get what you desire in the world. Dress the part. And the final piece of advice, and this is, of course, the most important: your biggest breakthroughs come when you stop asking for permission. We are indoctrinated to ask permission so much, especially in the workplace. It'll be like a problem has emerged, and we will feel as though in order to solve that problem, I need to go to my manager first to get their permission. In some workplaces, that is the appropriate thing to do because it's controlling and they want you to follow this pecking order, hierarchical thing. I'm not the biggest fan of that and have been fortunate enough to work at some places where it was possible for me to just be my most authentic self. And if you are empowered to be your most authentic self in work, I highly encourage you, if there is a problem, solve it. It's that simple. If there is a problem, solve it. But I think this goes further than solving a problem at work. If you have a dream that you want to create in the world, if you have an idea that you think is important enough for the world to see it, you don't need permission from anyone else to make that idea a reality. All you have to do is do it. Make the thing. Create the idea. Build the vision. Launch that small business. It's scary showing up and being your most authentic self, but we all have these things that we want to achieve, but we try to find permission from external sources to give us the faith and belief that we can do the thing we were made to do. Now that sounds crazy. How are you going to ask somebody else for permission for something you were made to do in the world? Make the thing, create the idea, launch that small business, create a side hustle for yourself. You can do it. You were made to do it because you got the idea. You would not have gotten the idea if you weren't the person that was supposed to make it in the world. You know what I'm saying? If you are ready to launch the V1 of your project or a side hustle or a small business, I'm here to help. I want to be your coach. I'm launching Creative Reset, a 3-month practical studies course where we make your ideas a reality. We start out by plotting out your action steps, and then we meet every other week. It's a small group coaching situation where you have the opportunity to ask questions, to troubleshoot the things that you've been struggling with. And you have a community of people that are also working towards building their dreams. In this setting, you will grow exponentially. And the reason that you will grow exponentially is because you are able to learn from your peers. So the things that you don't even know you should be asking, they will be asked from someone else. You will have a strategic support system in me and in your fellow cohort. If you're interested, you can learn more at socurious.co/creative reset. Now, this is only the beginning of this series. I already have about 15 questions that I'm going to be answering, and I'm going to be making these videos as rapidly as I can. But if you have a question about your creative career, leave it in the comments or email me at justin@socurious.co. I will be answering these in video form. If you made it this far in the video, do me a favor and leave me a comment with 3 J's. My name is Justin Shields, and I'm so happy that you tuned in. Oh, and just in case you forgot, joy is the revolution. All right, bye.